Shotguns. Aren't they just awesome? So this is kind of going to be my part 2 of the 3-part series I'm doing called WROL. Now today is going to be about shotguns, and it's going to be titled WROL and Shotguns. So shotguns are a very touchy subject, and there's a reason for that. Is since the development of more modern firearms, semi-automatics, full automatics, the desire and need for shotguns has drastically been reduced. Most law enforcement agencies, militaries, do not use shotguns on the level that they used to 50, 60, 70 years ago. Now, when it comes to a shotgun, there's a very specific mindset you need to have for firearms like this. And you need to understand they're not nearly as versatile as something, say, an AR-15 with the amount that you can do to it. Shotguns, you have to kind of pick and choose more or less what you're going to be using it for. Now, that being said, you can use something like this, Hats and Tactical, for hunting, skeet shooting, whatever. But it's designed primarily as a defensive shotgun. Generally, if you want to hunt with a shotgun, ideally you'd want to pick something a little better. That being said, you don't have to. So what I'm going over today is kind of a philosophy, same as what I did yesterday with the pistols. Just a philosophy of use with these types of firearms, and maybe a mindset you need to have in the event of without rule of law and shotguns. So let's get into it. Shotguns in general, you need to do your research and decide what type of one you want, whether it be semi-automatic, pump action, break action, bolt action. You can't let anybody tell you what the best option for you is. I personally prefer pump action shotguns. They're simplistic, extremely reliable, very easy to maintain. And generally speaking, odds are in the event of WRL, I'm gonna die before this does. So whoever kills me and picks this up, they'll probably die, and this shotgun will keep going. So what do you use a shotgun for in, say, WROL? Well, this is all my opinion, but generally speaking, a shotgun would be used for something, let's say, perimeter defense, defending your territory or your perimeter, something relatively close and tight. Ammunition-wise, again, that's kind of a touchy subject. A lot of people are big proponents of defensive types of ammunition, so like the Winchester PDX line. There's other ones that have like, I believe it's Winchester that does it as well, where it fires a slug and two pellets of buckshot, or you get the ones where it's some buckshot and some discs. I'm personally not a big proponent of that. I don't believe in specialty ammunition like that for shotguns. Me personally, I'm just a good old-fashioned double-up buckshot. You know, 2 3/4, full power, low recoil, whichever, double-up buck. It works just fine. But again, it kind of depends the situation that you're in. Now, generally speaking, for defense, defensive purposes, perimeter defense, home defense, castle defense, wherever it is you're holed up in the event of WROL, the higher capacity, the better. So, shotguns in general, and anybody knows this, pump action shotguns that are, or semi-autos, whatever, that are tube fed, so that have tubular magazines, are not the fastest to reload. Somebody using an AR-15, a Tavor, AK, any sort of a rifle, generally speaking, can reload faster than you can. There are magazine-fed shotguns out there, but you don't generally see them as much as just tube-fed pump actions. So I'm a big believer in capacity. So the more the merrier. Like if you can get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 rounds, the better, right? The idea behind a higher capacity shotgun is so that you don't have to reload. Because the last thing you want to do in a firefight or a home defense situation or perimeter defense is run a shotgun dry. That's just have fun reloading one of those under stress. It's hard enough doing it under a timer, let alone with somebody shooting at you. Shotguns. Now, when it comes to the mindset behind a shotgun, you need to understand, generally speaking, it's a scatter gun. When you're using something out of a shotgun that has an 18 to 20 inch cylinder bore barrel, so something like this, 18 to 20 inches. So using something, let's say, double-aught buck, the spread pattern expands rather quickly. It spreads 1 inch per yard downrange. So generally a shotgun, I would max out at about, oops, daisy, I would max out at about 25 yards, okay? Now, 25 yards will give you a 25 inch spread pattern using buckshot. Technically speaking, it may vary, but generally speaking, 25 inches, it's about that. So that's about the spread pattern you're going to get. So you're shooting at a target, you're going to get buckshot all over in this area. If you're shooting center mass, they may catch a pellet or two to the head, they may catch a pellet or two to the groin, a couple to the chest, a couple may miss. I like the idea of buckshot because at further ranges, you're still likely to get a hit. And double-aught buck, generally, it's like 9.9mm rounds. Generally. So it's almost like getting hit with a full auto MP5. You're still taking some rounds. And a thing that a lot of people don't know about buckshot, especially the full power stuff, not low recoil, full power double-aught buckshot is still capable of killing someone if they're wearing soft body armor. So if you get someone, law enforcement, private security, whoever, that wear, or they're not going to be any law enforcement, in WROL, you see them wearing soft body armor, like just a level 2 alpha or level 3 alpha soft plate carrier. Full power double-aught buckshot will still kill that person. Well, yeah, if you shoot them in the head. Well, no. If you're at a relatively close distance, 7 to 10 yards, and you shoot someone center mass with full power buckshot or a slug, the vest itself will do its job. It will catch and stop either a slug or buckshot. But the vest itself and the Kevlar will not have the ability to disperse the amount of kinetic energy being absorbed by the body. So while you won't be killed by penetration, you will be killed by blunt force trauma. It's the same as getting hit by a car. It hits so hard that your body in the vest isn't capable of dispersing that energy. So it'll stop your heart. And yes, that has been proven before. There have been police officers and armored car guards killed by shotguns. The vest did its job, but the kinetic force still killed the wearer. So that's something to understand. Now, coming like right down to the nitty-gritty, I would not use a shotgun as my primary weapon system. This would not be something I'm going out on patrol with. This would not be something I'm carrying with me in the event I'm, let's say, mobile. Like I'm not settled in one place. Let's say I'm on the move constantly. A shotgun wouldn't be my go-to. Now you have the benefits of shotguns because of their ammunition versatility. You know, you can go number 9 birdshot all the way to 3-inch, 3.5 or 3-inch Foster slugs. And everything in between, specialty ammunition, everything like that. So ammunition versatility, they're quite good. But when it comes to versatility of combat, not so much. If you're using a shotgun for home defense or for perimeter defense, WROL, whatever the situation may be, you want something that's dedicated to that task. You know, I read a comment on YouTube a long time ago. A guy said, you know, I don't need a tactical shotgun. For my daughter, I use an over and under shotgun with number 9 birdshot. Now, my comment to that was, where's your daughter's house? Because I'm going to go break into it. Number 9 birdshot is not lethal, guys. I've been hit by number 9 birdshot. I've been shot in the leg by it. It barely made it through my jeans. Now, mind you, that shot was probably at 20, 25 yards, and that person is no longer allowed at a range. Birdshot's not lethal. It's called birdshot for a reason. Now, especially something like number 9, number 8, 7.5, that's a game load. That's something you shoot pigeons out of the sky with, or shoot sporting clays. if you're using a shotgun for defensive purposes, buckshot, slugs, or if you're a believer in it, defensive ammunition. God, this is ugly, but I still love it. So, nitty gritty, when it comes to a shotgun, really the choice is yours. The versatility is there when it comes to its ammunition. You just need to decide if a tactical shotgun's a better way to go for you, or if you're even going to use one at all. You know, a lot of people, especially in WROL, they probably would have a shotgun, but it would be solely for food. You know, they keep a Remington 870 Super Magnum. Keep it loaded up with 3-inch slugs or a 3.5-inch shot for taking down Canadian goose or anything like that, ducks. It really depends on you. You can't convince someone that a shotgun's the best way to go. You could try, believe me, it doesn't work. So, it kind of comes down to the same thing as pistols. Is a shotgun a primary weapon? I would say no. For defensive purposes, I would say yes. But anything else, you're on patrol, you're out doing a sweep for supplies, whatever, I would be carrying an AR-15 or a Tavor, or AK, Styrog, whatever your choice may be. Something like this bad boy here, again, whichever your shotgun of choice is, doesn't have to be this. Something like a shotgun is defensive, not offensive. It's not something you'd go to the enemy with, it's something you let them come to you with. But that's just the mindset that I have. You may differ quite largely on how you feel and how you see shotguns. That's completely your opinion, I understand that. But I guess as a kind of a closing statement, you'll always hear people, especially if they catch the bad guy by surprise, they're going to say, when they, give them that sound, put the fear of God into them. I don't believe in that. The issue with, at least that I find with racking the slide is, or one is you went into battle with an empty gun. I know for a fact you wouldn't do that with a pistol or a rifle. Two, you just gave away the element of surprise. So now Mr. Bad Guy knows that you're armed, they know what type of firearm you're armed with, and they have a rough idea where you are. Issue number 3, don't put the fear of God into him. When it comes to a mindset like that, my mindset is let God sort him out. The only time they should hear this is after you've already killed them. Cold hard fact. Now, again, everybody's mindset's different. You decide. Anywho, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see y'all next time.